BNYX has gone from an underground producer that nobody knows to running the charts with Yeat and even getting a Drake placement. BNYX's production style has always been unique and you can't really pinpoint exactly what his style is, but I've been watching a bunch of BNYX's VODs on YouTube and he does have a couple of techniques that he uses in most of his beats. So today I'm just going to be going over those techniques in a beat that I've made recently. And before we get into it, I just want to give a big shout out to you guys for running up my previous BNYX tutorial. I think it's at like 11k views now, which is our highest full-length tutorial on our channel to date. So thank you guys so much for that. So starting off, I've been hyping up this plugin since I started making BNYX beats. It's called Surge XT. It's free. You've got so much control with all these parameters. It does look a bit daunting at first though, but I literally watched like 2 tutorials just to get kind of the grips of it. And once you get the hang of it, you can really change any sound into anything. So starting off, I have this preset called Harmony Chords and it's under the category Sequences. As you can see, I played around with the length of the notes a lot, and this is something that I've realized recently in sequences with plugins. Usually a sequencer will have like a single bar loop. If you press down on middle C, it'll play out the entire loop throughout in that key. And when you keep that in mind, it's really fun to actually play around with the length of the notes. This is an easy way to create a bounce and it's really not hard to do. So moving on from that, I have this sub bass and I think this is from Rio Leva's 25k kit. And as you can hear, I didn't really use this sub bass as a bass. And this is something I've seen Benny do in a bunch of his beats. He'll use like a bell one shot and pitch it down like 4 octaves and use it as a bass. Or you take a sub and pitch it up an octave and then you have a synth. Next up, I have another instance of Surge XT. And this is a preset called Caveman under leads. And these are all stock sounds from Surge XT, by the way, which is crazy. And this is how it sounds dry. So after that, I added on some vintage chorus. I did a slight duck in the high range with an EQ. And then I also added halftime on. And I have 2 different sets of grow speed that I used an automation clip with to bring in for sections. And then lastly, I just bumped up some of the highs and the mids with the default equalizer. And that is about it for the melody. As you can see, it's literally just 3 sounds. And for the intro, I just did a bunch of automations with filters. So moving on to the drums, as you can see, it's a bit much, but this is kind of a key thing in BNYX's beats. He'll have like 3 different 808s, like 2 different hi-hat sounds, 3 snares layered on top of each other. He just really goes in with his drums. So starting off, I have these 2 hi-hats that I used in different patterns. And then moving on, I have this zap hi-hat, which is basically just like a laser. And then I also added in this open hat. After that, I added in 3 different snares. One is just a normal snare, other one is for rolls, and then the last one is just an off snare. So moving on, I have 3 different 808s. The first one being the Top Dog 808, which is my main 808. And then I didn't even really go crazy with the other 2. I just had a CTM come in at the start, followed up by a TM Bit Crush 808. And then lastly, I forgot I had this Zay chant that I put in. Classic. And then I also have a kick. I've been doing this on every beat. I suggest you guys do the same. I just throw on an acapella in the same BPM, and then even if it's not in the same key, I usually just pitch it up or down. It kind of helps for YouTube not to get copyrighted, so it's a win-win. But adding acapella to a beat just really helps you like form the idea of a song instead of just a beat. And I always just do this, and more times than not, I tend to remove elements of the beat. Since the vocals are already there, it kind of fills up most of the space. So it kind of forces you to dumb down your beat, but not in a bad way. But that is about it for the beat. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something new. Once again, thank you guys so much for the constant support. Like I said, the channel's been going crazy the last couple of months, and it's all thanks to you guys, and we can't thank you guys enough. But if you guys did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.